Hey, it's Ramonda Cottrell with www.brickhouse.talk.com. How can I identify this gentleman here with me? He is an actor slash comedian, and he is very, very funny, and Brickhouse Talk is so happy to have him here today, and his name is Mr. Kente Scott. How are you today, Kente?
I'm doing great today. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Again, thank you so much for joining us. You're in town visiting family?
Yes, I just did a show for the Deltas, Music on the Green Sunday. So I was doing Houston before that, your hometown, Dallas, and so I was like, I'm staying for a couple of days. I'm tired of traveling.
For the viewers that are viewing this interview and don't know about you, can you share a little history of you?
Yes, I can. Born and raised in Oakland, California, East Side Oakland. Not in the gang, scared of that. Anyway, graduated from St. Mary's High School, went to UCLA. My father wanted me to be a doctor. I got bit by the acting bug and decided upon graduation to be an actor and stand-up comic. So there it is.
Okay, and so how long have you been doing comedy, and how did it all begin for you?
I've been doing comedy since 94, 95. But how it started was, I come from a family that bags together. We cap on each other, rank on each other, play the dozens. My mother, one Thanksgiving, was like, I'm tired of you giving these jokes away for free. So she was like, I'm coming to LA and I'm not leaving until you get on the stage somewhere. So after the first week, I was like, okay, she's serious. So I went up to the Comedy Store and they had open mic, did 3 minutes and talked about my parents whooping my butt, and folks laughed. And then I took a workshop with this lady named Judy Carter, who basically wrote the Bible of stand-up comedy. And she told me how to write the structure of jokes, set up punchline, the science of writing. Said there's more to you than just your parents whooping your butt. So she gave me the initiative and the tools to diversify my comedy portfolio. So had a 5-minute set and been doing it ever since.
The Comedy Store was your first venue that you performed, and so how did you do? Did you get a warm reception? People laugh?
They laughed enough. I was basically going off the head. It was nothing. I didn't know how to write jokes, so I just talked about, like I said, my parents with my butt, getting into a fight with a girl and her getting into the windmill. And they laughed enough for me to be like, okay, I can come back and do this. And so then I took a workshop with Judy Carter. She taught me the structure of writing a joke, which is set up and punchline, and did a 5-minute showcase with her. Did another one, and they got 10 minutes of material. So after that, I just started then I did back in the day when they had the End Zone on 35th Avenue. Yes, I took it way back. That was the first paid gig I ever did, was at the End Zone on 35th Avenue in Oakland, and that was a gangster audience, to put it.
No, I'm sure that was a tough crowd, right?
But they laughed, because the guy before me, they was like, "You gonna have to get off the stage, player," and so they didn't do that to me. So it was cool. I made it through. I got paid, and I did Jeffrey's when they used to have Jeffrey's downtown the next night. So ever since then, I've been a paid comedian.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of your friends and family can appreciate the hard work that you've put into it, but do they ever come to you and say, hey, were you talking about me in the jokes?
Yes, everybody does. I have people to this day like, don't say nothing funny about me. And I'm like, don't do nothing funny around me. And I tell everybody, it's like, I don't say anybody's name, so they won't know it's you unless you rush the stage acting a fool. That way I don't have to pay nobody, and I can't get sued by nobody. So it works for me. But yeah, my family, don't put me on stage. I'm like, you're going on stage. You do something funny. It would be disrespectful to God for the talent that he gave me not to make fun of what you just did. If I see it, it was just what happened, and by the same right, I make fun of myself as well. So nothing is off limits.
Okay, I just want you to know that since he's been here, he has made everybody laugh. I'm barely getting through this interview. So is there a serious side to you? I know life is, you don't need to take it serious, you only live once and all that, but are you always like this?
Did you just YOLO me? You only live once? YOLO. I hate that. But yes, the YOLO, you only live once. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she knows. Your mommy knows. Yes, see, she knows about it.
Okay, well, then life is only what you make it, then? Yeah. Is that good enough?
Let's make it more grown up. Yeah, YOLO, everybody only lives once. Who's ever around talking about YOLO, yoked, you only live twice? Nobody says that.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, tangent, my bad. You said, is there a serious side to me?
Yes, is there a serious
Yeah, yes. It comes out from time to time, dealing with my daughter when I have to be fatherly. Then I'm serious. I also write as well, so I have some serious writings in my scripts that I write. So yeah, it comes out, but people are serious all the time. People are grumpy, you know? Like, stop it. Cut it out. You guys are too serious.
I know. I love it. This has been great. It really has. So I had the opportunity to looking at some of your work, and I viewed the one when you were on the J Spot.
Okay.
And you like to talk a lot about relationships and the recession and all that, and taking women out and crustacean, and if the date is going bad, they can get up and go because you're not leaving. You're going to eat that $200 steak, crab, or whatever. Is this all reality, or is this just to make people laugh?
No, it is, because comedy is reality-based, but it has a twist on it. So everything you see with my relationships are on my myriad of bad dates I've been on. I've been single for far too long, ladies. Far too long. It's ridiculous at this point. Tired of being single. It's overrated. So yes, even the crustaceans one, that was a first date, and I made the mistake of asking the lady, where do you want to go? And she was like, I want to go to crustaceans in Beverly Hills. And I was like, on the first date? And she was like, yes. I expect guys to do, I expect certain things from guys when they take me out. And I was like, and if I take you to crustaceans on the first date, you can expect me to spend the night. I'm just saying.
That's not what he really said, but.
That's what I said. But that's what I meant. You know, I don't know, this might be cable or something. I didn't know it was internet. But yes, so all of my dating stuff comes from my real dates. And yeah.
Do we really have to have the non-laters in our pockets for the movies?
Yes, we do. Yes, and that was another date. Another date, real talk. Went on a date, and the lady was like, "Here's what we'll do. You'll pay for the movies, and I'll pay for the snacks." I was like, "Okay, cool. We can do that." I was like, I was gonna pay for everything, but fine. And then we get in the car, and she has her purse sitting there, doesn't look at her purse, and says, "Ooh, I forgot my wallet." How you know? What do you have? X-ray vision? What are you, Superman? And so she was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, that's cool. It's the date. I'm grown up. My mother and father raised me to be a gentleman. We can pay. I'll pay for the snacks too." She rushed to the snack bar, tried to order one of everything. I said, no, ma'am. No, we're going to eat these red vines I got in my pocket. I got them wrapped in cellophane just for you. Come on, what you playing for? So yes, that was real. I hate to say it.
Yes.
But all of my dating material, I could do an HBO special on the myriad of bad dates I've had.
But why? Why are you having such a hard time out there?
Because you almost made me tell the truth. I'm not gonna do it. No, I think it's one, I'm dating in Los Angeles. I don't care. I'm gonna tell them in Los Angeles. These heifers are superficial, cheap heifers. And so they always, and the dudes have spoiled the chivalry in dating. They like, I can just throw money at her and she'll do whatever. But that's not what dating is. You're supposed to be courting her so she can get to know you. So now every woman thinks they're supposed to go to crustaceans or Ruth Chris on the first date. And I'm like, I can cook you dinner on the first date. It's just as romantic. So it's the dating climate has changed since the last time I was single. You know, like I'm 152 years old.
Oh, exactly.
The dating climate has changed, and I still got old school ways. Ain't nothing wrong with a Blockbuster video night, except for the fact that there are no Blockbuster videos.
There's Redbox.
Redbox, yeah, there's Redbox night. You can still do Redbox, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you prepare for a show? What do you do? Is there a ritual, something you do behind stage? Robin, you know, whatever. What did you call that? Angela Bassett. So you know what I'm saying? What do you do to prepare for a show?
You are hilarious. What I do is I make a set list, like depending on if I have a 5-minute set, which I don't have too much anymore, 15-minute, 30-minute, or whatever, I make a set list where I write like the title of the jokes and then like the punchline so I can look at it over and over again so I can remember it. You know, I got short-term memory loss. Don't judge me. My point is this. That's my set list. I look at it, and then I just chill out in the back. You know, I used to get real bad butterflies, so I'd have to go to the bathroom 3 or 4 times. You can edit that out, too. You got to keep me cool on the... I say, I'm not a brick house. They're like, you got a bad bladder problem. No, but my point is this. I used to get nervous, so I had to go to the bathroom. But now I'm a little more comfortable in my funny, so I just chill out and wait for my turn, you know. But yeah, I have my set list so I can know what jokes I want to use, so I can know what I want to say, and if I want to mess with the crowd, I can get back to it, so.
So do you pick out people in the audience?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Because it's not TV. They came, and I never, this is my rule. Once you stop smiling, I stop messing with you. I'm not fighting over a joke. I've seen people get punched out over a punchline, and that would not be me. Right. So I mess with you in the playful kind of way, you know, just enough. I want everybody to feel comfortable and have a good time. But if you be like, look, player, don't say nothing else. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You obviously didn't come to laugh. You came just to get out the house and away from the kids.
What about hecklers?
Because the rule, my thinking is, I have a microphone. You can say whatever you want. I will always win because my voice is amplified. And if you keep playing, every time I see somebody, and it's friends or whomever, I have 3 jokes that I instantly, and I think it's just the comic way of thinking. We're a little bit different in how we think about things. I have 3 jokes that will cut you to the core. I don't use them because I know, especially with friends, if I say them, you'll never want to be my friend again. So a heckler, once I see you, I have 3 jokes. I mean, my daughter, she was getting bullied by a kid in school, and I think it was like 2nd grade. She came home crying. She was like, Daddy, this boy keeps messing with me. And she was before she had braces. Love you, boo. Paid good money for them teeth. Before she had braces, her teeth were a little crooked. You know, they were coming in sideways, looked like a Sports Illustrated's chop. Looked like they were fighting for a rebound. That's all I'm saying. A subway car at 5 o'clock. I'm just saying it was a little messed up. But so the boy was bagging on her teeth. So I said, what does he look like? She's like, he's fat. He's always eating. He gets out of breath. He got asthma. I said, okay. I said, here, 3 jokes. He says something to you. You hit him with these 3 jokes. I guarantee you, he will not talk to you. He will not mess with you again. She came home the next day skipping and singing. She was like, what happened? I said, the boy messed with you? She said, yes. I said, did you tell her what I told you to say? She said, yes. And I said, what happened? She said, everybody laughed and he didn't mess with me no more because he was crying. So that's me with hecklers.
Wow. And so your daughter is 18, and I can only imagine what's going to happen when she brings, if ever she brings that young man home.
Which one?
Huh?
What young man?
I'm just saying, one day, right?
Yes, I told her at 16 she could start dating. So, and that's Daddy's little girl. I raised her from jump. I've been a single father since forever. And I did that for the claps. I used to play with her. I was serious, but I was playing. I told her, if you bring a guy home, first thing I'm gonna do is punch him in the sternum. Just not enough to hurt him, but it's just enough so the air can jump out of him. And while the air is like 2 feet away from him, I'm gonna be like, have a home by 10:30. And she took me seriously, so she didn't bring a guy home till like her prom date. And he was like in the corner sweating loose. Because here's the thing about 17-year-old boys. Their chests haven't built up. They don't have no muscle. I don't care if they play football or not. The sternum area is still tender. Know this about him. So she brought him home, and you know, he was a good guy. But my father was like that with my sister. My uncles were like that with my cousins. It's just, and my other friends who have daughters are like that. We do Bad Boys too. This episode where the boy comes to pick up the daughter, yes. Yeah, we do that. We're like, you're gonna be Will Smith, I'm gonna be Martin Lawrence, and we switch. Yeah, you know, like move, get out the way. We do that. And because my thing is this: if the boy can't stand up to your daddy, how you gonna stand up to 4 Crips in the movie theater? Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's my thing. But she's brought him home. She had a boyfriend. He was cool. He was respectful. So that's all I ask. Just be respectful and have a home by 11:30.
Where would you like to perform that you have not? Where would you like to?
I would like to perform at the Apollo Theater. I haven't performed at the Apollo yet. Apollo Theater, anywhere in New York. But I've done all the West Coast places like the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, the Improv, the Punchline, Cobb's, did the Paramount last year at the Bay Area Comedy Competition, which I'm doing again this year, May 18th. Show up, 10:30. Need y'all to pack the house. Yoshi's downtown. I'm sorry, little plug.
No, go ahead, do. We're going to be there as well, so we're definitely going to be in the house to support you. Growing up, or even today, is there a comedian out there that has inspired you?
Well, growing up, when I was little, I stole my father's I borrowed his Richard Pryor tapes and would play them on my little boombox radio. And so that's kind of where I started hearing what funny was. So Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin. Even today, I like D.L. Hughley. Who else is out now? Ron G., Tony Baker, some of the newer comics are out there. My dude Kirk McHenry is funny out here in the Bay. I just like comedy. If you're funny, I laugh. I like intelligent comedy. I like somebody who you can tell they put some thought into their jokes. They've written some things. You know, they have some basis to their comedy. I just like to laugh. I like funny. You know.
Well, I'm learning that, that there's a lot of work that you put into it. I didn't know that there was timing, there's facial expressions and all that.
Energy, all of that. It's like, it upsets me when people say, I can do what you do. I have people come up to me all the time, like, I can be a comedian. I'm like, go be a comedian. They're like, go do an open mic. And if you hang in there for a month, then talk to me. I'll sit down and write some stuff with you. Because I tell folks, comedy is like boxing. Like, folks say, I can be a boxer. Yeah, you can be a boxer till you get hit in the mouth. And that's what comedy is. You can be a comedian until you don't get a laugh. And then you decide, am I gonna stand up and take this, or am I gonna quit? I've had so many actors or so many barbers or so many folks in LA, I'm be a comedian. I'm like, okay, I'll drive you to the open mic. You can go. And I said, if you make it a solid month, I will write for you and write with you. 3 jokes. I'm only giving 3 jokes. After that, you got to pay me. But I give them 3 jokes, and that's a solid 3-minute set that they can build on. I've yet to have somebody finish that 1-month window of work. Right. But it's a science to it. I'm not gonna go up to Magic Johnson and say, just because I can play basketball at the park, I can be a professional basketball player. Those people put in hours of work. It's a science to it. It's shooting, it's practice, it's preparation. It's the same thing that goes into being a real professional comedian. Right. People are like, I can do it because I can make my mama laugh. Your mama laughs because she has to. That's your mama. That's your captive audience. That doesn't count. Making some strangers laugh who've gotten off of work, just got fired, and had 4 drinks and only want to come out because they just getting out of the house because they sick of their wife, make them laugh. Mm-hmm. That's when you're a comedian. Right. So that's what it is, yeah.
So when Kirk was here, Kirk McHenry, we asked him about other comedians using other comedians' material. Exactly. Stealing jokes, basically. What are your thoughts?
Asking.
Has it ever happened to you?
Yes. I had years ago, I did a Muhammad Ali joke. I was auditioning for Jeff Jam at the Comedy Store, packed house. Audience booed. The reason why they booed is because one of his daughters was in the audience. I didn't know it. Joke was still funny. They booed, I moved on to another joke, whatever. A comedian, I won't say his name, I almost did. You see my tongue was there. I had to hold it. Took that joke and put it on BET, word for word. It's a form of flattery, but it's also a form of laziness. Because if you can't, and know this, nobody's reinventing the wheel. So my relationship jokes may be based on people's dates that they've had before, but it's from my perspective. My punchline is 99.9% of the time different than other people's punchlines. Like if I'm in my head and I'm writing a joke and be like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar to me, I won't do it. But if it's my voice, distinctly my voice, like my daughter, the joke I say about my daughter, Henry. My daughter, when I told her at 16 she could start dating, so she was on the phone, and I try not to be too overly fatherly, but this dude who was on the phone had too much bass in his voice. And I said, who is that? And she's like, that's just my friend Henry. And I said, you're gonna have to get off the phone. And she was like, why? I said, because I don't know no new dudes named Henry. The youngest dude I know named Henry is 56. Ain't no new dudes named Henry and no new women named Mildred. They come out the womb at 33, so you're gonna have to hang up the phone. So that joke, people may have had that situation. Right. The punchline is distinctly mine. Right. Anybody that knows me knows that's your Henry joke. So if somebody takes it, they've stolen my joke. Right. I'm not gonna fight them over it, but I'm gonna let them know, that's my joke. You didn't write that yourself. And if they're man enough, they'll stand up and say, oh yeah, I did hear that, and they won't do it again. Some folks will be like, no, I have a daughter who, really, you have a daughter who's had a friend named Henry. Yeah, and new dude name, come on, cut it out. So yes, it is rampant, partly because comics, there's a difference between comics and a comedian. Comics are new people just trying to get on stage. There's so many promoters that will just put anybody on stage. They don't have enough material, so they take from what they've heard. So it's almost like a singer who doesn't have a lot of songs doing covers, but in the comedy world, covering somebody else's jokes is a problem. Right. So Yeah, it's bad, especially in the black comedy world.
Now, other than comedy, I understand that you act as well. So let my viewers know what all movies you premiered in.
I was in They Call Me Sir, Antoine Fisher, The Nutty Professor 2, TV shows Half and Half, The Parkers, Moesha, The Unit, ER, Strong Medicine, a gaggle of stuff, a plethora, if you will.
So which do you like doing better? Best.
People ask me that all the time. I like doing whatever I'm doing right then. So if I'm doing comedy, I love doing comedy because that's my voice. It's the freest time I have to express myself as an artist because I can't sing. So I wrote the joke, I'm performing the joke, I'm delivering the joke to the audience. I like acting because it allows people to see another side of me. Like when I do serious stuff, people like, I didn't know you could be that serious. I didn't know you could cry. You know, it's one of the few places you can cry as a black man and nobody's like, what's wrong with you? Stop all that crying, man up. You know, so, and they pay you to do it. Another thing I like about acting is they pay you very well and they treat you like a king. You get pampered, you get your own trailer, you get food, you get, if you're going out of town, you get put up in a 5-star hotel, they fly you first class, SAG, the union is a beautiful thing. So, yes, I love both of them equally. Whichever one I'm doing at the time, that's the side that's winning, so that's my joke.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to go through some of your favorite things. Is that all right with you? Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, of all time is Cooley High. Yes, that's Cochise dies every time, makes me cry.
No. Under the bridge thing? I know.
It's so hard. I'm sorry. You know,
Say goodbye.
for the brothers who ain't here. Yes, that's a movie. Ah, you was there.
What's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday, ooh, that's a good one. My favorite holiday, I'd have to say, is 4th of July. Because you get barbecue, you get beer for the grown-ups, and you get fireworks. And it's hot. You know, so usually it's a pool party, scantily clad women somewhere in the vicinity. So, yes, 4th of July.
All right, your favorite actor or actress?
My favorite actor is Denzel Washington, Don Cheadle. They're like neck and neck right now. Favorite actress? Ooh, who's my favorite actress? 'Cause I like 5 of them. Like I like Scarlett Johansson, Meryl Streep. What's the other? Can't think of her. And Angela Bassett. Love Angela Bassett. I like looking at Halle Berry. She's a great actress, but I like looking at her more than like I'm just keeping it 100.
Keeping it real, huh? Your favorite book?
My favorite book is anything written by Stephen King. Christine, I got a little horror twisted mind just a bit. So I love Stephen. I have a vivid imagination. So Christine, Needful Things, anything that Stephen King wrote, I have read or am reading.
Favorite food?
Ooh.
Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. My mother is a caterer, and she was like, before I left for college, she was like, I'm not letting you leave the college and eating McDonald's and ramen noodles. So I'm gonna teach you how to cook 5 things. My favorite meal dish is my homemade lasagna with turkey meat.
Wow, really?
It's special. It's legendary. People stalk me for my lasagna. Women might not want to date me, but they be like, you know what? I can't stand you, but the next time you make lasagna, can you save me a corner?
Favorite quote that you may have that you can tell us?
Yeah, that's a good one. See, now you stumped me. What's a favorite quote I have? I'm gonna make it do what it do. Ray Charles.
That is not a quote. It's a song.
That's the quote. He was like something. He's like, oh, I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby.
But didn't Jamie Foxx make a song out of it?
No, not out of Mama Make It.
Do what it do. Yes, it does.
Well, the quote came before the song.
Your greatest fear?
My greatest fear really, and it's don't judge me on this, is getting trapped in the elevator.
That happened to me. It's not that bad.
No, it's bad. No, it happened to me in college, and I acted a complete fool because I'd never been trapped.
Claustrophobic?
I found out. I guess I am like low-key claustrophobic, but because it stemmed from I used to be really afraid of getting trapped in the mall when they would be like. I don't know why. When they would be like, it's 5 minutes till closing, I thought that meant everybody that was in there stayed in there. So the first time I heard that, I cried. And my aunt was like, I thought my cousins were beating me in the corner. Like, what you do to kids? He was like, we don't know. He just started crying. I was like, we're going to get locked in here forever. So I guess that's what happens with elevators. You know, I lose all masculinity when I get in the elevator and it stops or it's the second. I'll be like, oh, we gotta get out! Oh no! I'll pull the doors. I start bleeding at the fingernails. I'm getting out of the elevator is what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't like elevators.
What makes you happy? What makes you smile?
What makes me smile? I like making people laugh. I like people that can make me laugh.
So you're happy right now, right?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Oh, I have a ball. Like being in front of the camera. I like being on stage. Like spending time with good people, with good energy, good spirits. I like being a father. I love kids. I love kids. I really love kids when they're not mine, so they can go back to wherever they come from. I like well-mannered kids. I'm not gonna say all kids, because love y'all, but don't love y'all. My point is this. Those are things that make me happy. The simple things, you know, I'm not hard to please. People are like, you need to have people around all the time to make them. No, I could just be in the house by myself, chilling, writing, watching TV, or just bike riding or whatever. You know, just regular stuff makes me happy.
So with that said, what's your favorite hobby?
PlayStation 3. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
What game?
Right now is NBA 2K12. See me. Or Madden. Grand Theft Auto when it comes out. Yes, it's addictive. I've liked video games since I was like 6. So it's been a habit I've had. I don't do drugs, so I play PlayStation. Huh.
Yeah. Do you like cartoons?
Oh, I love cartoons.
So do I. You still watch them today?
Of course. Yeah.
What are your three favorite childhood cartoons?
3 favorite childhood cartoons. Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, because that was the only cartoon on Saturday mornings where I could get off from doing chores. When that came on, I could watch it for 30 minutes. Underdog, first rapper ever, Underdog. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. See? Yeah. Flows. What? And the third one, anything was Daffy Duck and Looney Tunes, because that was the first. Yeah, because back in the day, he was the black man.
Not Mighty Mouse?
Not Mighty Mouse, no.
Not the Smurfs?
Nah, I hated the Smurfs.
Littles?
No, I hated. Why are you doing the Smurfs and the Littles and all that? All these little things.
Listen, stop it.
Wow, I'm telling you, people can't.
Kente, this has been like one of the best interviews, even though this is so everywhere. I really appreciate it, honestly. So where can someone, what can we expect from you in the future? What's going on with you?
What's going on now? I have a sitcom that's in the works with a major network that is negotiating with producing it. So hopefully next year you'll see me as one of the actors and creator and writer and producer on a sitcom. It's very good. It's very good. Also, later on this year, I'm coming up here. We're going to film my first feature film. It's an urban horror movie based on an urban legend. It's going to be us in there, so we're going to do what we have always clamored for us to do. We don't have to yell at the screen because we're going to be already doing that. We're not going to go into an empty room and just say, hello, anybody in here? No, we're not doing that. Before
we end this wonderful interview, is there any special acknowledgments or people you want to give recognition to that's been in your corner, you know, throughout your career?
Got to give a shout out to my moms and pops, Fraser and Art Scott, my sister, Shonda Scott, my daughter, Tyler Kimani Scott, my true boys, Kip Kersey, my barber down in Los Angeles. I haven't been in a while. I need a haircut. Don't judge me. My cousin Sean Lockhart. Everybody in the Bay, love y'all. My true folks in L.A., y'all know who you are, because I don't remember y'all names, so you know who you good. My church, Faithful Central Bible Church in Inglewood. So, yes, that's it. That's all. I mean, everybody else, if I forgot you, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Took it like I was getting an Academy Award right there.
Share your contact information for those that are trying to reach out to you on Facebook or Twitter.
I can. I am on Facebook at Kente Scott. I think that page is full. So you can like my fan page at Kentegious Comedy, Kentegious. And on Twitter, it's at Kentegious, Kentegious. Follow me on Twitter. Get my followers up.
Thank you. Really, honestly, thank you for this interview. I really appreciate it. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure. It's awesome meeting you. You are hilarious. Really, you are really funny. And I can't wait to see you again. Can you let them know where you're going to be in Oakland?
Yes. May 18th at the Bay Area Comedy Competition. I'm on the second show at 10:30. Get your tickets now. Go to Bay Area BlackComedyCompetition.com. It's a long title. Just put it in. It'll come up. Google it. 10:30 show. That's the first round. My goal is to be in the semifinals, which is on Sunday, so save your money for Sunday. The finals is also Sunday, so save your money for 2 shows on Sunday, because I'm getting it. I need that money. I ain't playing. It's not a game.
Well, good luck in the competition. I'm sure you'll do well. I am Ramada Cottrell with Kente Scott at www.brickhousetalk.com.